Next, let's move to our data source filters. I hope you guys are clear with with extract filters. Now we'll go with data source filters. Uh, both the purpose of both is same, that the data which has been imported into the Tableau workbook from the data source at the level where you have imported the data, at that level only, if you want to filter out the data on based on some condition, so you at that point only you apply extract filters or data source filters. The difference is, for applying extract filter, your data connection should be of extract type, but if it is not of extract type, if it is of live type, then you will use then you can use means data source filters. However, data source filters can be applied on both extract or live connection, it doesn't matter. So in case of extract filters, you must have an extract connection, but in case of data source filter, you can have an extract or a live connection, doesn't matter. But we'll see that whenever we are getting an extract or data source filter, its effect is visible in our Tableau workbook then and there only. So without much ado, let me move or let me show you my Tableau workbook, which has got my live data connection. So let me change the data source, orders data source. Now in orders data source, I have a live connection over here. Okay. Now if I would like to filter out the data values which I have based on some condition, I can use it from here. One thing to notice now, let me go to the data source filter. As of now, if I would like to count the number of records which are there in my data source imported from the source, that is sample superstore, then I can what I'll do, I'll take number of records and check. So what it shows, that my entire data set has got 994 number of records. Now you will see, whenever when I'll apply some filters for filtering out the data, the number of records will increase or decrease. So now I am planning to add a filter into the data I have imported. So it gives me an option. I'll go from the start. Now if you have to add a filter to the live connection data, this is known as a data source filter if we are applying it from here. Now if we take it in extract and apply from here, this is known as extract filter, but we would like to apply data source filter. So if I would be wishing to apply data source filter for on extract, I could have used first selected extract, then did add. Right now I want to apply data source filter on live connection, so I'll select live, I'll go for add. That gives me an option that please add a particular filter based on which you would like to filter out the data records. So it gives me that based on which field you would you like to filter out. I am saying I would like to filter out based on category. So once I do category, it asks me what all values which you like to exclude or include. So I would like to include all the data records where the category is office supplies or technology. I would not want the records where the category is furniture. Now you see over here, there are furniture category rows as well. Once I apply this condition, all the rows where furniture category is there, they will disappear. So let me do it once. I have applied this condition and I've done OK. So all the rows where the category was furniture have disappeared. Now when I go over here and check it out, see my data, the number of records in my data sets have got reduced from 9994 to 7873. So it has removed all the records where the category was furniture for me. Now, if I would like to edit this condition, and apart from the supplies, if I would also like to add one more condition based on say profit, then I can go for that. So in profit, since profit is a continuous variable, it's a measure value, a continuous value. So it asks me to supply to give it a range. So I would like to view only those records in my data source where the profit is positive. So I'm saying it, instead of showing me the negative values, show me all the records where the profit is at least zero and then more than that. So when I apply it, my number of records will further get reduced. I have applied two conditions over here. One is the profit should range from zero to the max, and then products where the category is office supplies and technology, not the furniture one. When I do this, my number of records will further get reduced. So I'll see over here my records have reduced from 7374 to even lower, that is 6716. So these are the kind of filters I can apply on my data source and are known as data source filters. So we have seen a categorical filter, we have seen a continuous variable filter. Now let me show you various other kind of filters available in categorical filter. So let me remove the category one, okay, and let me add category but in some other way, okay. So one thing is I can supply, I can tell that what all are the categories I would like to view. Then I can just mention that which row data I would not be willing to see. So I can say that I would not be willing to see the records where the Seattle is mentioned. So Seattle is nothing, but it's the city. You can see this record has Seattle. So what all records have got Seattle, I would not like to view them. So I would like to exclude them. So I would like to exclude the records which have got Seattle. Or basically, if I do this, so it will match the values and give me the ones where Seattle is there. So, anyways, if you want exact match ends with starts with, you can pick out what all records you would like to see. Just mentioning any one value across the multiple columns in a record, and all the records where this value is mentioned, they would appear or not appear based on the condition you select. So if you do it like this, then and do okay, then all those records will appear. If you exclude, then all those records will not appear. For me, I would not like to use wildcard as of now. Then comes the condition. If I would like to view the data based on some condition, one was profit, which we had mentioned. I would like to see positive profit. And then I can also say that apart from positive profit, I would like to see where the sales is supposedly greater than a number, say 10,000. Okay. So now all the records where the sum of sales is greater than 10,000, only they will appear in my data set. Now whether this condition will fetch me a result or not, that I can check using load. If I load over here and I get values, so I'm getting null. So there is no value in the record where I get a sales greater than 10,000, and my previous condition where I was saying that the profit should be positive, that match. So if I apply both these conditions, I'll get an empty data set. So I won't go for this condition. But if I would like to apply some other condition, maybe apart from having positive profit, if I would also like to see, if I would also like to see supposedly profits which are greater than say $1,000, then I can definitely apply that. But since I the condition which I have applied, that would supersede, so I can apply only one condition at a time for this field category. So I would reset that. So based maybe the condition which I applied in the already existing filter, if I am using this condition as well, then they are superseding. So the value is not coming for me. Next is I can also apply filters based on, like, if I would like to see the top 10 or maybe see top 100 rows based on the categories. Okay, now the count of categories, or maybe I would like to see top 100 based on the sales. So let us see what we get. So we have got these two conditions. One is the profit should range from 0 to the max, and then the category will be furniture, office and supplies. And then, oh, I have not added that condition yet. Let me check that. Okay, so in this over here I have selected all of these. I say reset over here, and I directly go on and select some values. Then I can do that as well. So as of now, in wildcard I have done all. In condition I haven't given any condition. In field I have given category as the field. Okay, so right now I'm saying only give me top 100 by the sum of sales. So let's see what it gives to us. So our records have reduced or they have changed. Now from triple like 6716, they have increased to 8123. So this is the way you can apply various filters on the data source itself, whether the connection is live or extract, and what all data records you'll filter over here. Those data records will only be visible. Those data records will only be used in your Tableau workbook in any of the worksheets. So at the source level only, you can reduce the number of records and you can make the user take only those records for performing any. So I think the data source filter is quite clear. So now let's move to our next filter. Our next filter is context filter. So in case of extract filter and data source filter, what we do is at the data source level only, the place where we have imported the data, at that level only we reduce the number of records so that the user can use only the records which you want them to use. Now another way is in context filter. What you can do is you can import all the data you have you want to import from the data source, and while the user is visualizing, he can limit his number of records and then perform the operations on those records only. So this context filter, it creates a temporary table in the Tableau engine. Okay, so using some filters, you'll say that I would like to use only those records which have got these categories of records, and based on that, a temporary table will be created in the Tableau's engine for you. What will happen is, since you have created a temporary table, so whatever manipulations you will do on or whatever operations you will perform on that visualization using the filters, their speed, like their efficiency, would be higher because the data source which they are considering is small, since a temporary data source has been made for context filter over there. Let us see it practically how it works, so you'll be able to understand it better. So here comes context filter. Over here we have plotted the relationship between the various subcategory of products and their sales, their sum of sales. Okay, so these are the various sales sums. Now if I would like to filter them out based on category of the product, so I can place the category over here. When I place the category, it takes some time to retrieve the value. Now it's asking me that what all values for the category would you like to use. So supposedly I would like to all of them, I would like to use all of them, to apply, and then okay. Now I would like to convert it into a context filter. So what I would do, I would say that add it to the context. So the moment I convert it into a from a normal filter to a context filter, its color will change from blue to gray. You'll see that. So you see now the color is changed from blue to gray. Now, if I would like to edit the filter and would like to see only those records where office supplies and technology things are there, and I do apply and do okay. Then at the back end, the Tableau engine has created a temporary table where it has got all the records where the category is office supplies and technology, but it doesn't has furniture. So Tableau in its backend has created a temporary table which has got all the records where the category is office supplies and technology. So the advantage of this will be, whenever you'll have these kind of filters, whenever you apply some manipulation on this, just a second, I would just remove this filter because it is not significance over here. I'll again add this over here. I would like to add office supplies and technology, apply, okay, convert into a context filter. So what happens is, now what all operations you perform over here, the retrieval of data will be quite faster for you, because over here we have converted this and all the records you had in this visualization into a temporary table. So the fetching of data would be quite speedy for you on this. That's why we use context filter. In this example, the records are less; they are only around 10,000 or 10,000 around records. But if you have got records more than a million or two, then in that case, using context filter is suggested, because then from the large data set, you are able to create a subset of the data using context filter and apply your operations over there. So I think context filter and its use is quite clear to everyone. So now let's move to our